What would you say is like the max amount of time you'll spend on the chart? Where basically you cut it off after that.
Yeah, so for my strategy, I like sitting from 8 to 12. There's nothing from that time. I'm done. And then also, I don't like trading. I trade from Monday through Thursday. So no Fridays, no Sunday, for the most part, right? If you see a nice setup and your account is up or whatever, and you want to risk 0.5 and you see an opportunity, it is what it is. But for the most part, I like sticking from Monday
Close
to
your
Thursday.
week, close your week in blue.
Yeah.
If you're up,
Call it a week.
Why are you going to keep going?
Exactly. Yeah. And that's also another thing. I don't like trading every day either. If you're already like, don't get me wrong. If I see my setup, I'm taking the risk with everything that I'm looking for. I'm taking the risk. But otherwise, why are you going to enter a trade? That used to happen to me in the beginning too, where, you kind of depend on trading in a way where you need to make money. So you're there all day looking for opportunities and they're not there.
Chasing.
You're chasing. Nothing's there, bro. Like,
you got to secure the bag, not chase it.
Exactly,
Don't
bro. You got to lock in.
Let it come to you.
Exactly. And that's something that a lot of traders, struggle with. They think that the more you trade, the more you make, and it's the opposite. It's the complete opposite.
It's always going to be there.
Yeah, exactly. There's no rush.
There's an abundance of moves, abundance of plays, abundance of entries, right?
Exactly. And if
you don't need it all right now in the next 5 minutes.
Not at all.
Settle down. Mm-hmm. I get it. There's a difference between hunger and passion, right? It's good that you're passionate and that you want it that bad, but you can't let that dictate your actions.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, because you could want it, but you could want it for and do the wrong thing. For example, I wanted to be a profitable trader when I started, but I wasn't taking the action to get to that goal. My goal was to be profitable and I wasn't taking the correct steps. So when you sit back and say, okay, so this is my goal, how do I get here? That's when you break everything down and you say, okay,
you reverse engineer it.
Exactly. Right? You have to. That's the only way you're going to be able to
start with
move
where
to the
you
next
want to
level.
be, and then you
where
break
you're
it
at
down
now.
from there.
Exactly. That's the only way that you can change and actually become profitable. And something that, it sucks because it's like that, but you can tell somebody, and I had people tell me all the time, hey, you got to risk less. Hey, you have to trade less. Stop doing this, stop doing that. And it wasn't until that point where I was so tired of losing. Like I was done, bro. I was like, I love trading. I enjoy trading. This is one of my passions, but I can't make it work, right? And it's because of that. I wasn't listening to the outside people. But once I got to that point where I was like, this is it. Like I need to change now. Otherwise, I need to stop. That's when I found the way. And it sucks.
So it came to that point for you.
No, yeah, for sure. It was bad. It was bad, bro. Because again, and especially nowadays,
nobody's gonna save you
at all.
Nobody's gonna come here and say, okay, I'm saving you.
Yeah.
No.
And you go on Instagram and you see a bunch of other stuff and that influences you. Like, it's not that you're hating on anybody. It's that you're seeing other people's success and you're saying, what are they doing that I'm not doing? But you still don't change your ways, right? That's the thing. The biggest issue with a lot of people is that they know they're doing something wrong.
Dumb. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you know what? They know it. They know it, but they're not
oblivious.
doing the change. They're not making the switch. And that's the issue. For the most part, that is the number one issue.
If they make that change, it means they will have to be uncomfortable.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. You do have to do things that maybe you don't want to do.
And what is it, a fear? Just a fear?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the fear. It's the fact that it's something new, right? And when you're doing something new, maybe, for example, like maybe you don't agree with it. Like when I first started out, I didn't want to do 1% risk per trade because I wanted to make more money. But realistically,
even 1% can be a lot.
Exactly,
right?
Bro. Listen, I tell this to every single person that comes around the group. I say the biggest goal for you should be to get funded and then scale. Why? Because let's take that example with 1%, right? You get a 100K account, you make 5% in a month. That's 5K.
Guys, listen. He's about to he's about to break it down. Tap in.
So you make 1% on 100K. You make 1% per trade. You make 5% in the month. You made 5K, right? 5K. But if you're able to scale that to $1 million, right? Over time, I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but over time, you get 1 million in capital and you make 5%. How much are you making now? Now the numbers are crazy.
Numbers don't even matter.
They don't matter. But at that point, my recommendation is after you reach a certain amount of funding, go down to 0.5, bro.
Scale down.
Yeah, you don't
settle down.
Go
You're
down.
Not gonna don't blow your account out.
Exactly.
Lock it in.
Exactly. And that's, you're gonna have rough patches. For me personally, my strategy, for some reason, every time around like the end of the year, October, those months, they get pretty crazy. And then again, even if I'm already at this level where it's like I've been through everything, it still comes back to haunt me at the end of the day. So I'm not perfect, right? There's days where, you know, I take 3 losses in a row and I'm like, okay, so what is going on? And that psychs you out. So that 4th trade, more than likely, you're going to lose again.
Can't be scared.
Exactly. But the best thing is to just step back and look at what you're doing and just wait. Like, that's one of the things I wish I would have done. Just step back, take a few days to myself and wait.
The beautiful thing about trading, though, like you said, is that you can just scale down.
Exactly.
When you have so much, look, guys, if you want to be a fucking pro trader, look at what the pro traders are doing, right? Yep. Don't try to create it on your own, right?
Exactly.
Shit's already been done. Yep. You're not the first one to ever become, you know, $1 million trader,
You just got to follow what works.
Follow what they do. Yep. They make more money. They risk less.
Yep.
Now the trade doesn't mean shit to you.
Exactly.